Hello, this is a demonstration of my auto-crafting machines for use with the AutoCraftingTable carpet extension. If you want to use any of these, make sure that you have both carpet and also the AutoCraftingTable carpet extension installed and enabled. The first crafter is a 3x3 circle crafter. What I mean by that is just a circle of the same item in a crafting table, so furnaces and chests. This crafter creates 4,500 items per hour and is 3 wide tileable. It is AB tileable, so you have to switch out the powered rails for activator rails every other module. The item input is 4 hopper lines, pretty easy, and the on-off switch is just pushing this observer into place using a piston. When I turn this on, you can see it starts to output the crafted items at 4,500 items per hour. See it being done here. First, place in 4 planks, a dummy item, and then the next 4 planks, and then we have to pull out both the dummy item and the crafted item. This machine is not directional. You can rotate it however you'd like, and it will still work just fine. The next crafter is a piston crafter which outputs 4,000 items per hour and is also 3 wide tileable. The item input for this one have a single plank line, 2 cobblestone lines, the redstone dust line, another plank line, and then a iron ingot line. The iron ingot line can be filled 2 different ways. So you can either have it kind of snaking around out here and then fill the items in right here. Or if you don't mind making it slightly larger, you could replace this note block with a dropper facing into this hopper and then fill it up using a hopper right here. Either method would work. The on-off switch is just pushing this observer into place and it will start crafting. You can see the pistons being output at the bottom, and inside the machine you can see them being crafted right here. This machine is also not directional, so you can rotate it however you'd like, and it will still work. Next up is an observer crafter, which outputs 7,200 items per hour. This is also 3 wide tileable, AB tileable, so you have to place activator rails every other module instead of these powered rails. Filling this one is pretty complicated. Have a single or 2 cobblestone lines here. Then there's a 2 redstone lines, one there and one over here. Then 2 more cobblestone lines and a quartz line, and then finally 2 more cobblestone lines. So quite a bit to fill up. The on-off switch is retracting this observer into place, and it will start crafting observers. Goes quite fast. So we can see here, all 4, or these first 3 cobblestone and the redstone dust all get put in the same tick. Then 4 ticks later, the second redstone dust gets placed. Then 2 ticks after that, the nether quartz and the final 3 cobblestone all get placed in, and also at the same time, the crafted observer gets taken out of the machine. So this one is very fast, but filling it with items is kind of difficult. Not directional, you can rotate it however you want. Next is a 3x2 in with 1 item output crafter. What I mean by that is these first 3 slots and then the next 3 slots. So basically redstone repeaters, but I think you could also use this for beds if you modified it a little bit. It has a full hopper speed output, so 9,000 items per hour output, and it is 3 wide tileable. Despite it being so fast, it's not too difficult to fill. There's a redstone dust line here, a first stone line here, the second stone line on the other side, the last stone line over here, And then there are 2 redstone torch lines. Can turn it on, and you can see each module outputs items at 9,000 items per hour. You can see that being done in the crafting table. Very fast. This one is not directional, so you can rotate it however you want. Next is a 3x3 plus middle crafter, as I'm calling it. Basically, the 3x3 circle is all the same item, and then the item in the middle is different. So, note blocks, notably. But this machine can't just craft note blocks, it can also craft ender chests, dark prismarine, conduits, item frames, lanterns, paintings, jukeboxes, golden carrots, golden apples, glistering melon slices, and maps. So if you need any of those crafted automatically, this machine can do it, and it can do it at 9,000 items per hour. It's also 3-wide tileable, it's AB tileable, so just switch out the powered and activator rails every other module. The item input is not too bad. There's a single hopper line for the item that goes in the middle, and then there's a total of 8 hopper lines for the items around the outside. So there's 4 of them here, and then the next 4 are around back. Here. Can turn it on by just putting the observer in place, and it will start crafting note blocks in this case quite quickly. See that being done inside the crafting table. Very fast. And this machine is not directional. You can rotate it however you'd like. Next is a redstone comparator crafter, which outputs 2,250 items per hour. This one is 3-wide tileable, and it is directional. So the only way that you can rotate it is 180 degrees. If you try to rotate it 90 degrees, it will break. The item input, here we have a stone line, redstone torch line, quartz line, and then another torch line here. The stone line could possibly be improved. There's 3 hoppers here, but I'm not really sure of a better way to do this. So that's what I went with. Turn it on by pushing this observer into place, and it will start crafting comparators. The reason it's a little bit slower is because there are 3 total items that need to be taken out, 2 dummy items, and then the crafted item. And also because placing all 3 stone in here takes a little bit of time as well. But still decently fast. Next is a 2x1 in with 1 item output crafter. So this can craft redstone torches, sticky pistons, levers, chiseled blocks like deep slate and stone bricks. You can also craft purple pillars, jack-o'-lanterns, and sticks, but only if you make them out of bamboo. This one is 3-wide tileable, and it outputs 3,000 items per hour, but it is directional, and you can't rotate it at all, or else it will break. Turning it on by just pushing this observer into place, and it will start crafting at 3,000 items per hour. So here, doing sticky pistons, over here doing redstone torches. The item input, pretty simple, just 2 hopper lines, 1 for the top item and 1 for the bottom item. This one's a little bit weird, but you can just place a hopper here and then input the items here. This one's slow because there are 3 total items that we need to take out. So limited by that. Next is a hopper crafter, which outputs 3,000 items per hour, is 3-wide tileable, and it is directional, so you can't rotate it at all. The item input, iron line here, then a iron line here, and finally the chest line here. Pretty dense. Turn it on by retracting observer, and it will start crafting hoppers. This one, have to take out 3 total items, so limited to that speed again. But still quite good for a hopper crafter. Next up is a dropper crafter, which crafts 4,000 items per hour. Is 3 wide tileable, but it is directional. However, you can rotate it 180 degrees and it will still work. The item input, here we have a cobblestone line, another cobblestone line, another cobblestone line, and another cobblestone line, redstone line. Lots of cobblestone for this one. Turn it on by pushing this observer into place, and it will craft droppers at 4,000 items per hour. Next is a dispenser crafter, which crafts 6,000 items per hour. This one is 3 wide tileable, it's AB tileable, so you have to switch out the powered rails for activator rails every other module. This one's also directional, but you can rotate it 180 degrees and it will still work. The item input, 2 cobblestone lines here, and another cobblestone line there, another cobblestone line there, another cobblestone line there, the bow line, redstone dust line, and then one final cobblestone line right here. Turn it on by just retracting this observer, and it will start crafting items at 6,000 per hour. See that being done inside the crafting table here. Very fast. Dispenser crafter. Last but not least is the shulker box crafter. This crafter outputs 6,000 items per hour. It's 4 wide tileable, so not really tileable, it needs a gap in between. And it's directional and also locational. So for the 6,000 items per hour version, it all must be built inside a single subchunk. So these blue lines designate subchunks, and it needs to be inside of it in order for it to work. The item input, have a chest input there, and then 2 shulker shell inputs here. Turn it on by pushing up this observer, and we can take a look, and it crafts shulker boxes extremely quickly. Does it so quickly by using 2 hopper minecarts. Well, that kind of sucks, but oh well, very fast. You do that to not have to wait for a single hopper to pull out 5 items, 4 dummy items and the crafted item. Much faster with a hopper minecart. Turn all these on. You can have a massive amount of shulker boxes, assuming you can somehow keep up with all of the shells. So this crafter also can be slowed down to 5,142.8 shulker boxes per hour, and if you do this, then it's no longer locational. You can build it wherever you want as long as it's facing the right way. Don't really know why slowing it down by 2 ticks does this, but it does. So here we can see ever so slightly slower, but you can build it across chunk borders and it will not break. Those are all of my auto crafting machines. A world download should be available in the PeerTube description, so you can take a closer look at any of the machines. Thanks.